Hello, jungle friends. Welcome back to Movies with Aaron and Warren argue about movies or something. I don't know. Maybe that's something that we can give the audience the chance to name.
I like coming up with a new name every episode.
Every we can't
I also like
steal their
movie.
shtick.
I also like getting lazier with it. Movie and Aaron talk about a show, maybe, and hopefully it relates time.
At some point in this, I'll be like, "Wham! It's Wham! Yeah, you win. It's Wham."
Yes. I can't wait.
But we are members of the Questing Chaos family, and seeing as how you guys liked us talking about movies and belittling each other, we decided to do this pretty regularly. And I like to belittle Aaron's lack of movie knowledge as well. And we want you to do it too. So please, in the comments, let us know what references we miss out on.
It weirdly makes me happy.
Does it?
Yes.
It's sad.
Oh yeah, the debates.
In looking
no, I get most of them.
So, essentially, let me go through this thing here. We're going to talk about a bunch of topics this week. Aaron's going to see what corners of the internet have been talking about. We'll go back and forth with some quotes. I don't think Aaron will get any. But this week we are talking about, as our featured topic, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. If you haven't seen it, Quentin Tarantino's latest film, amazing piece of art. And pretty damn funny, I thought. But
I think it was way more hysterical than I intended. I thought.
In preparing for these episodes, right? I'm like talking, and I spent last night up on YouTube, as you do, watching music videos until like 3:30 a.m.
That's why that autoplay button exists.
God, I just went down a rabbit hole, and then like all of a sudden you get into soundtracks, and like all of a sudden I was in the early '90s. I was like, I can't talk about any of these movies with Aaron because he doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was looking up like some quotes to like freshen my mind on some movies, and I'm like, I wasn't gonna pick any movie I didn't watch, and a lot of them I was like, oh, Warren said this one. He said this one. Damn it!
I got eventually on YouTube. You find yourself in the Love and Basketball rabbit hole. Have you seen that movie yet? Oh, dude.
Love and Basketball rabbit hole?
Love and
Space
Basketball.
Jam?
No, dude. Oh. What? Oh my god. It's a romantic movie about these junior high school sweethearts who both become professional basketball players, and it's an amazing romantic movie. It's a classic. You should watch it, and you and Lauren should watch it together. You guys would probably love it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's a great movie.
I highly recommend that there needs to be a recommendation segment of this, because I will watch any movie thrown at me.
So he says, but I gave him a list of movies to watch in preparation for the New Year's stream, and he's not seen it. Case in point,
I gave you my list.
Aaron hasn't seen Parasite yet, which is not it's still new, which is fine. He hasn't seen Knives Out. Maybe like that might not be everybody's taste. I thought it was pretty good, pretty funny.
I only try everything that's like on a free service.
Talking about Tarantino, he's never seen Django Unchained.
I changed that, actually.
You just watched it?
Oh yeah.
When'd you watch it?
I made use of the time, like yesterday morning.
Have you seen Congo?
Damn it! No, I haven't.
You still haven't seen Boondock Saints either.
No, that's on Amazon Prime.
You see, this is yeah. Give him the thumbs down in the comments. One of the things we didn't talk about last episode because we were talking about Demolition Man as it relates to Carbon 2185 theme. They Sylvester Stallone has put out into the ether that there is a Demolition Man 2 in progress, in the works.
Oh yeah, did we talk about that?
Or no, we didn't. I don't remember talking about it. We might have, but like.
Oh wait, that might have been the footage that we never shot.
That's we talk about a lot of stuff that we don't hit record on, so we try to and I think we were like talking about which people they should bring back. Basically, everyone except Sylvester probably looks amazing. Still,
even Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider's probably like the most out of shape person they bring back. Like, man, you really you've been eating all the Oscar Mayer wieners, bro.
Man, you've been coasting on Real Rob, haven't you?
One of the things we also, before we get into other movie news, one of the things we found out in between this last show is that Aaron is not tech savvy at all.
I disagree with that.
He lives in Silicon Valley. It's
near it.
It's like he's got like a Netscape domain after his email address or something.
not everyone can
It's
be hackers
uh,
and open up firewalls and
for you
breach
to
the
make
mainframe.
hack the planet, hack the planet. What movie's that from?
Hackers?
Yeah, good guess. You
Yeah.
lucky fucking guess. Who's in that movie for a
I
bonus
did know
point?
of it. Damn it. I know that Shaggy from the real life Shaggy is in
Yeah,
it.
that's a good one. Then he's kind of like an obscure character. You know, Penn Jillette plays like the master villain in that. The master villain being like he's like the white hat hacker for the corporation, trying to counter the other people.
I am trying to remember
He's
that.
like the musician guy, the big musician, magician guy. And then Angelina Jolie is in it. She takes her shirt off. It's pretty nice. 90s Angelina
Nice.
Jolie. Nice. Yeah. But with that said, let's get into the agenda. Aaron, what's going on the internet? What are people talking about that I should give a shit about?
Well, you got Demolition 2,
Yeah.
Demolition Man 2. That's definitely in the works. I'd say that's the most prized thing right now. But I just found a post that said Will Smith's plans for After Earth to be a shared universe bigger than Marvel's. So
After Earth was
that's
the thing
that's what
he
he
did with
wants.
his kid, right?
Yeah, and it was like a subtle M Night Shyamalan film. Not
Yeah.
too many people knew that at first.
I that could be cool. I think Demolition Man 2, like you didn't really need a sequel. Like you could have put the button on that guy right after um the implausible ending that we discussed at length.
See, that's
Um
the thing. Like, how can you make a sequel without your lead favorite villain? You
I mean,
know,
there are probably a bunch of people still thawed or still on ice.
I
You
would
could
buy it if it
give
was just
people
his
free
twin
will.
brother.
I have no idea. We'll see. Yeah, I think it's gonna. I don't have high hopes for it. The same way I didn't have high hopes for the new Ghostbusters, which Aaron has not seen. Not the new one,
What?
but the classic. Have you seen the classic?
No, no, no. I saw the classic. I have not seen the new
Oh,
one,
okay.
and I remember us agreeing. Yeah, we don't got to do that.
He's butching up on his. All right, I stand corrected. Maybe these quotes this time around might have some gravity to them. I don't hold out much hope, but we'll
This
see.
Venom shirt stands for something. All right, here's another news detail.
Okay. Yes.
It's more just a set image from the Dune movie remake.
Oh yeah.
I never read the book, saw the original, but I know it's popular. What are your thoughts on the remake? Are you excited for it, or is it kind of a why make it if it was already good?
Um, I think it's one of those ones that could use with some modern day sci-fi touch-ups, CGI touch-ups. It wasn't like exactly the most uh graphically gifted movie, especially given that the book is so popular, which also I have not read.
Movies are
But
better, anyways.
I saw a fan. It's one of those things too where I saw like the '70s movie. I was like, this is kind of shit, but like cool story. But then I saw a fan made trailer for it. I was like, why don't studios just like hire that guy to do the whole thing, right? Like this thing has got 2 million views on it. You've seen the same thing I've seen. Like let's just we all agree this person would do it justice, and you won't wind up with like a Sonic debacle, right? Like,
Yeah, with the first trailer.
yeah, you won't wind up with like shit like that. Like, you'll save some money. It just works for everybody, man. Let's just anyway.
Yeah, I'm in favor of not patching our movies. Like just mid update.
I am in favor of. There are some movies, even though they're older, they don't need a remake. They don't need a rebuild or a rebrand. Like you don't need to do it over. And if you're gonna do it, put it in that universe. Don't like again going back to Ghostbusters. Don't fucking shit over it.
Because it's like the people who take it over will never have as much heart or intention as the people who originally wanted to get this idea or this world like feel as if it was real when they came out, like the original Ghostbusters. Like I
I
loved all of that. Dan Aykroyd, honestly, though, was
bro,
kind of insane with how specific his descriptions are of anything
it.
random.
So obviously I went to Bobby Brown on Your Own, that amazing Ghostbusters soundtrack. It was amazing soundtrack. But then
Mhm.
like you look at all the people involved. When Ghostbusters came out, it was kind of like the Avengers. Like you have all of these people at the heights of their careers coming together to play these characters so perfectly.
Yeah.
And
And
it
it
just
really
like gripped everything. Yeah. Parents
and they
and kids were into it.
and they played off each other so well. It's impossible not to be like to love the humor and the dynamic amongst
Just
them all.
bury it and like throw it away, right? Like don't Mel Brooks movies. It's almost good that you can't redo Mel Brooks movies just because of like the racial component to almost all of them.
Name
Uh
specific ones.
Blazing Saddles, Robin Hood
Oh
Men in
yeah.
Tights. Robin Hood Men in Tights had Dave Chappelle in it.
Really?
Yeah. He played Robin Hood's like
I saw
tag
Blazing
along
Saddles.
buddy. Blazing Saddles is fucking amazing.
Yeah. That
My
one's
the like Blazing Saddles is a head trip given the context it was made in. Like people were crude and the humor was kind of crude, but I forget the lead actor's name. Um, not Gene, not the kid,
Gene Wilder.
not Gene Wilder, but the black guy, which I
Hmm.
hate that I forget his name because playing that sort of buffoonery like must have taken a toll on his mental state, right? Like if
Yeah.
that movie doesn't come out well, like you're a pariah in the black community. But like, he's taken his career and his life in his own hands at that point.
I believe he was Bart,
No, no, no. Oh,
or he
Sheriff
was.
Bart. Sheriff Bart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cleavon Little is
Yes.
his the
Yes.
actor's name.
Cleavon
Yeah.
Little, that's his name.
Okay. Yeah, and they were very funny together. They were really good. It's unfortunate that it had to be of its time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that something like that would stand from a remake or something like that. But again, where is the Blazing Saddles audience? You know,
It's
that's begging for something like that. I
I
don't.
feel like in this political climate,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Blazing Saddles audience is probably sitting on the right side of the spectrum. You know what? And I might like have to wear a low cut hat and like sneak into the theater to watch it right along with them, man. Because I am. Let me go on record as to say this. I am in
The floor.
favor of every idea that makes freedom of speech seem like a bad idea. How you say whatever you want, that's your right. Um, it should never come to fisticuffs. But also like the worst thing a comedian can be blamed to do is like just having no taste. Like that joke wasn't really tactful, right? You try it, you
Yeah,
extend the bounds of comedy, and it doesn't work, and then you like pull it back like yeah, maybe not the right timing for it, or like it just didn't land with this audience. But if like you keep trying to hit people over the head with the same like racist joke, then like you're pretty much identified as an asshole, and like we don't need to comment on it because everyone fucking knows you're just a shitty person.
that's pretty much the end of your career,
Yeah.
especially nowadays. If that is, once
Yeah.
that's solidified in your history.
Yeah, oh my god, once you like misstep super badly as a comedian, like you're done.
Oh yeah, we
uh
won't miss you, Kramer.
I
I,
man
s- I saw that video a long time ago. It was very weird. Very weird.
Seinfeld. So there's this whole like Seinfeld Friends debate, right?
Yeah.
Friends is non-existent to me. I grew up in New York right around the time when both of those were like competing, and like people go crazy for Friends. But like Seinfeld was like super diverse. Friends, the stereotype of Friends is like you don't. It's New York City. I dare you to find a black person even as an extra in there, right?
I feel like
Yeah,
I've heard that
think about
before.
it. There's anyway. But like one of Kramer's best friends was the black guy, the Jackie Childs, the lawyer. Is one of my favorite
Oh.
characters of all time. Do I think Kramer's a racist? No. Am I giving him a pass? No. He said an idiotic thing. I think he got flustered by hecklers, which is what happens in comedy, and you just fucking yeah. He did not respond well at all.
He
But
tried banking on the wrong joke. From my perspective, I was like, "Oh
badly.
no,
That's
man."
like somebody who like Winston Churchill saying is like if like no like if you're in hell keep going or like keep digging like yeah stop digging dude just stop.
The shovel broke. It's just your hands now.
He's clawing at the ground with his like bloody fingers. It wasn't good.
Uh,
But
uh,
like I remember him going on the late night circuits and trying to
mhm.
apologize for it, and even that was funny because he was Kramer apologizing.
Yeah, he exactly had panicky mannerisms.
Yeah.
It was no different.
I was like, why isn't this your set? Like, I'm trying to tell fucking jokes. God.
Just be stressed out.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, yeah. And then he kind of parodied it a little bit on Curb Your Enthusiasm. There was
Oh, I need to watch
Larry's
that.
friend in Curb Your Enthusiasm, the tall black dude. I forget his name.
JB Smooth.
JB Smooth. I love that guy.
Ah, nice.
There's a moment in that where they kind of face off against each other, and Kramer gets it. I believe it's Kramer. I hope it's Kramer, or else this entire setup is fucked.
I've seen snippets of that show. I
And
need to see more.
basically, Kramer's in his face, and JB Smooth is just sitting there stoically, and Kramer's in his face like, you're making me so mad. I just wish there was a name that I could call you that would make you as mad at me as I am at you right now. Like, he just kind of was like super self-aware of it. So I was just like, I mean, yeah, wow, we are not talking about movies at all. This is cultural commentary time.
Let's backpedal. I think I can make this transition work.
No worries. I
Uh,
think he's shown some penance, but I am not the black delegation, so I don't want to speak on behalf of anybody.
we could honestly have a whole podcast about that moment.
I loved Seinfeld, so when I saw him do that, I was like, "Oh God, really,
Yeah.
dude?" Yeah.
Holy
Seinfeld
shit.
is like one of my top. It's an argument for the best show ever made.
I've seen highlight episodes, but every time I've seen one, they've had some standout, really funny moment, and it's made me think about something. Like I remember the Two-Faced episode when Jerry was trying to date this girl, and he was like, "No, if you catch her in the wrong light, yeah, she looks ominous."
Rest
Uh,
in peace to Jerry Stiller. Man, great guy.
Wait, to
Ben Stiller's dad, he played Costanza's father on the show. Yeah.
yeah, he passed
R.I.P.
away.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah. I would pour one out on my carpet, but I can't.
What else is going on in the news world? Any movie greenlit? Any projects? Any directors getting drunk and arrested?
To go way back to Demolition Man and our topic about sequels and their villains and how they can live up to how good the first one was. Black Panther 2 is eyeing 2021 filming starting date. So that's probably, I would say, like a year after that, they're getting it in theaters maybe.
Are they gonna? I mean, is Storm? Are they gonna finally marry the X-Men universe to this? I would love for him to have a love affair with Storm.
Well, we already know about that news with the New Mutants getting pushed back a fourth time. You know.
All right.
So
Rest in peace.
they're working on it, but they keep pushing it back. I don't know how easily it's going to be mixed in,
I know,
especially without Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. I
he's
think
done,
other people can. Yeah, I feel like he's done. I think other people could fill his role, but he's going to be hugely missed. Like it's going to be kind of a nagging thought.
It's one of those things. It's like he is Wolverine. Chris Evans is Captain America. Like Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. You're forever tied to this thing. Spider-Man, I don't know. I like the initial Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, but like around 2 or 3, like is kind of ridiculous.
I was okay with 2, but there's definitely some Sam Raimi classic moments that always take you out of the movie. Like, was it the second one when he was like, "Raindrops are falling on my head," and he's like eating a hot dog and he's trying not to be Spider-Man anymore?
I don't know. I stopped caring. Yeah.
Those are weirdly nostalgic for me. I love those movies.
I'm going to settle on Miles Morales, actually, because Into the Spider-Verse was probably the best film of the year that it came out.
I can't argue because that's a really high bar.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly can't think of a different Spider movie that competes with Into the Spider-Verse. That's been my personal favorite.
The only other thing about Spider-Man that I really liked was MTV used to have an old school Spider-Man show. Like back when Peter Parker was in college and it was animated and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was
really?
Set. Yeah, it was set when he was in college.
It was voiced by Neil Patrick Harris, wasn't it?
Yes, I think so.
I knew of that one. Okay, I loved that one, but also it kind of weirded me out. Like the 3D animation, I wasn't used to it.
It was 2D, but 3D like models. Yeah, it was really weird.
It threw me. A lot of that animation, it took me a while to get used to 3D animation, but now it's everywhere. So, and it looks fantastic. But back then, it took a minute.
I got some news.
What?
So with all this coronavirus holdup, movies are, excuse me, burping if you're getting ASMR. That was a little treat for you.
Gonna make
Movies
gonna make that my ringtone.
and movie festivals are moving online as well, right? And coming up in about 2 weeks, Tribeca is going to be streaming their premieres and their basically their shorts and their director Q and A's. Their entire festival is going to YouTube.
Wow.
10 days, yeah, 10 days of movies, for like 12 hours a day. It's yeah, it's gonna
Is
keep
it
a full festival slate.
is it like okay, so it's streaming all the movies, or is it uploading the films individually to their page?
It's streaming the movies. Like you will
That
be
sounds
watching
awesome.
it as if it's live, right? It's not like a VOD. You're not going to be able to like scrub backwards.
Yeah, so many things are I'm already thinking about how everything's gonna change from
Yeah,
this I
dude.
mean, so many things, but that's I really appreciate that. I would love to I think I would be watch those.
I watch movies in VR a lot. I am a VR hobbyist for those who don't know. And one of my favorite apps,
Futurist.
futurist hobbyist enthusiast. Yeah. One of my favorite apps is called Big Screen. And basically it's a movie theater. It's your own personal movie theater. You can invite friends. You can have little mini watch parties, but because it's over your eyes, like this it's projecting as if you're in a movie theater and the screen is massive, but really it's just taking the image from your desktop and playing it back for you. So you have like your computer, but if you look to the left and right, you've got like a home theater, maybe your theater's in space or around a campfire, drive-in projector. Um, and they've done movie releases in there. Like they did Top Gun, they did Akira, they did Ready Player One in there in stereoscopic vision, which means it gives it some depth. So like you're watching a bit basically a 3D movie on a 2D screen in VR.
Oh,
And
that's
it's amazing. And like once that kind of takes off, like I can I have the movie experience in my house without some shitty teenager with their cell phone up in front of me or like worrying about somebody coming in with an AK.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, both
like
of
I
those are the
don't
hardest experience now in
like
America,
can I
which is
really
weird.
get comfortable in a movie theater when like someone might try to shoot the place up? Like
Nachos
it's
to my left, arms to my right.
and like dude, people who kick my chair have a special place in hell because like I feel like I'll say something once and then like sure maybe the next time it's an accident, but after that I'm like dude, fuck off.
This is a good question actually. What's the worst movie going experience you and I have ever had? If you that off the top of your
I
head.
it's kind of like when people clap when the plane lands. I hate when people clap at the movies. Like there are no players in front of you. They can't hear it, right? When people like watching Avengers and then like people are like, "Oh no." Like I didn't want your fucking soundtrack here, man. Like shut up. Jesus, let me immerse myself. And like in theater like people would throw produce on stage, right? Like people would yell at the actors. So like I get it, but this isn't fucking theater.
This is theater with ER, not RE.
Funny enough, big screen TV allows you to throw popcorn. Yeah, allows you to throw shit at the screen. So, yeah.
I would say mine was specifically when I went to go see Nacho Libre. The theater was jam packed of basically that kind of people, families kicking their chairs, no one cared, phone light everywhere. It didn't matter. And the AC was broken, I think. So our entire family, like of six, was just jammed in a corner in the top back right of the entire like theater.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was a hot mess.
Jesus, that's awful.
Yeah. So fix your theaters,
There
everybody.
there are some good experiences. There's a place that I like in the Bay Area where they do kind of like a sofa experience. El Rialto Cinemas and also Alamo kind of does it, but Alamo doesn't have like theater like sitting. Rialto and El Cerrito, You go in there. It's attached to a brewery and a wine bar on both sides, and you can bring your beverages in. But like you go in, you order your ticket, and then also like you order food. They've got like a menu of food, and then when they let you in, it's first come first serve seating. There are love seats. There are sofas with coffee tables in front of them.
Oh
There
yeah.
are like reclining chairs, but also like a level back, there are like traditional movie theater chairs if you want those. But you put your number on the stand, and someone comes out when your food is ready. Like they kind of hunch through because they don't want to like get in anybody's view. But it's like you're watching a a new release from your sofa. Like it's I love it. I love it. I love
That's amazing. I All right. Well,
it.
I've got nothing to add.
Okay,
I've got
no
nothing to
worries.
add. I want VR, but I got nothing to add. What's news or quotes?
No, now is the time where we make you sweat with some of the quotes here. Let's go into
I've got
quotes.
quotes, but here's one thing I also got. Quotes for you, sir.
You're
Yes.
challenging me.
I'm challenging the
So,
alleged master.
all right, what are we? Jeez, this is gonna be bad. All right, what are we doing? Are we doing like two at a time, five at a time? Is it like?
I do one, you do one.
All right, let me start this then. We're officially in quote talk. I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Oh man. Uh
Holy Jesus!
I know this one though. I know of it. Wait. Oh, Fast and Furious?
Yay! All right, that took long
Yes.
enough.
Uh Wait, was it Vin Diesel or was it Paul Walker who said it?
Vin Diesel.
Okay. Couldn't remember.
All right, your turn.
Sweet. All right. Do you think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy? Should I say without the accent?
Do you think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yes. This is more famous than you'd think, but it precedes a famous. Yeah, I'll let you sweat. I'll let you sweat.
So I've got. You have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy. I feel like I want to say like a Bond, but I don't.
If you
Nah.
want a hint, I'll toss one.
Yeah, give me a hint.
Yeah, it precedes a famous quote. So try and think of the retort, if you can.
Dude, what? How about you just give me the retort then? If this.
No, all right, fine. It's a direct giveaway if I give the retort.
Oh, yeah. What's the?
All right. Do you think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, Alan Rickman to Bruce Willis in Die Hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying
Why?
to gauge it.
Yeah.
Was that too
Jeez.
specific?
So, I mean, are we doing? Vin Diesel was the star of Fast and Furious. Alan
Yeah.
Rickman wasn't like the star, but like I guess he was close enough. Yeah, we can do obscure characters. We can do indie films. We can.
I only chose that one because I thought it came right before that line, and I'm like,
All right, I got one
that too obscure. Yeah.
should be pretty. And we'll comment in the comments below what you guys think about these references, if they're unfair or fair. But I think most people get this.
And how much faster did you answer them than us? Or
Good
me.
point. Yeah. You're my boy, Blue.
Bad Boys?
You want to take some time to think about it?
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy. We're going streaking out of the quad into the gymnasium. You should bring your green hat. Come on, we're going streaking.
I don't think I've seen this movie.
Can I give you the actor?
Yeah.
Will Ferrell said both of those lines.
Oh.
No, don't you fucking Google it.
No. I'm not Google. I think it was what was the name of it? It was the college one, wasn't it? Schoolwork? Hard.
You're
No.
so close. It's on the tip of
Damn
your
it!
tongue.
I know the movie. I was not. I watched it like way later. I was like, oh, this exists. Old School.
There we go. There we go. That must feel so good.
It is. Oh, I'm so much happier.
All right.
Okay. Uh, well, man, before you had my curiosity, now you have my attention.
Django Unchained.
Yeah.
Leonardo
my
DiCaprio.
my idea was before I told you that, I would give you the quote. You'd be like, he doesn't know that movie.
I like that you did the impression as well, so I'll do this one. Maybe we'll see. I
I
think
can't
you
help
might get
myself.
this. Get off my lawn.
Oh, yeah. My Gran Torino.
Hey, all right. We're on a roll here. All right.
This
Okay.
is like a tournament. This is a ping pong match. Okay. No, I want to do the next one instead.
Go ahead.
This is kind of a paraphrase, like a little bit is removed from the middle, but
What? Why are you doing this to me?
no,
What do you
because
mean?
this is more obvious. This is like the yippee ki yay motherfucker part of this. So this is all right. Just
All right.
I'll
Go ahead.
pop quiz hot shot. What do you do? What do you
Top
do?
Gun. Top Gun. Wait, pop quiz hot shot. I want to say Top Gun. If it does, I guess by your
I
reaction,
don't
it's
think.
not
Yeah,
Top
I'm
Gun.
like I hope I didn't get it wrong, but I think I got this right.
What's the full quote?
Pop quiz hot shot. You got a bus going down the 405
Oh,
highway at
never
yeah,
mind.
50 miles an hour or something.
Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dennis. I forget his name. Yeah.
Me too. But Keanu.
Yep.
Keanu
Keanu,
Reeves.
Sandra Bullock.
My favorite
Pop
part of
quiz
that.
hot shot. Yeah. Why did my mind go to Top Gun for some reason?
Right?
There's gonna be some quote in there. Whatever. Or maybe I'm just wrong.
Fun fact, my favorite part of that movie is when you got to watch it for this part alone, where that same villain has like the bomb in the beginning of the movie, and he goes like to Keanu, "You'll never catch me," and then he turns around and then he casually walks out of the room, and then there's a massive explosion a millisecond later. Like it's just insane.
Yeah.
It speaks to its time. I loved it though.
I got one for you.
Okay.
That's so fetch. That's so fetch.
Oh shit.
Lauren probably know this. That's so fetch.
Was Matthew McConaughey in this?
No.
Oh, okay. Now I'm not thinking of that. So fetch. Clue.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
It's not Clue then.
No.
Can I give it?
It has Lindsay Lohan in it.
Oh! It's been a while since I've seen this. Mean Girls.
Yeah, good job. There you
That's super funny. I don't remember that one.
Wow.
Well, that line specifically.
That was like one of the annoying girls is like she was trying to make it. Yeah, it's really obscure. Anyway, I'm like a cool mom. Yeah. Anyway,
I remember that.
You're up. Let's hear it.
Okay. I think that one's too easy. This one. Okay, fine.
No. Go ahead.
Well, these both are kind of easy. If you could change your fate, would you? Really? If you could is it too easy? If you could change your fate, would you? How would you? Think 3D animated.
What?
If you could change your fate.
3D anime? Wait, sorry.
Would ya? Not like 3D, you know what I mean? Like
is this Shrek?
3D animation. No, surprisingly. That's hilarious though. I love that.
I'm at a loss. Who is it? What is it?
I'll give you it's within Pixar.
And the accent? No, you're good.
Still Scottish. Irish? That's what I did. If you could change your fate. It's more recent Pixar. I'd say after WALL-E. Not immediately though.
Is it Big Hero 6?
No. That's awesome.
I don't know
that
that
crazy.
One. Yeah, what is it?
It's Brave.
I haven't seen that. I should have guessed that. I should have guessed that because it was in that. Wait, they're Vikings in Brave, aren't they?
I think, yeah, yeah, they're kind of like a Viking
You
family.
you sound Scottish though, but I guess it's Scottish. But whatever. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I guess it was my
I was.
performance. Yes.
No, it helps. All right, we're sticking with the performances. I got another one for you. I think this would be pretty easy. I know who I am. I'm the dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was about to choose that one. I'm so
Really?
happy. Yeah, I was like, now he'd know it. All right, sweet.
Go ahead.
People keep asking if I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Okay,
Yeah, John Wick.
sweet.
That was.
That leads me into my topic. I mean, we can keep going with quotes.
What's your
but
topic? Go
I
ahead.
got that Extraction is a movie with Chris Hemsworth out, and it's kind of like the new John Wick
Oh
in a way.
yeah, yeah.
And I think that would be maybe we could review that at some point. I'm thinking about that.
It's catching a lot of heat for the
Oh,
racist filter. Have you seen those? I haven't read any of the articles, but I know what they're talking about. Basically, whenever you do something overseas in either or Mexico or either like the Middle East, they put on like a warm tint, sepia tint to the film to
oh,
make it seem like it's like
now I know exactly what you're talking
yeah.
about.
And so that film like it apparently it like it makes it like that the contrast in that like really bad. Or
Oh
it might
man.
just be one of those things that's like run its course. Like you could get away with doing in the 90s and 2000s, but now it's like, dude, come
Yeah, now it's like we're all aware that that's clearly not
on.
accurate.
We've all been to the UAE. We've all been to, the Middle East. We've been to Egypt. We've been to these places. Like,
And if we
can't.
haven't, we can Google it. I
Yeah,
think this is
right?
wrong. I think I'm pointing some holes in this. Uh,
But I don't know, going into our main topic, I guess. Well, we'll make recommendations at the end. We're going into our main topic.
oh, yeah.
I wonder how much Hollywood was like that back when Charles Manson was running around, right? Like the free love hippies. Lena Dunham was in that movie, by the way, as one of the
And
free love hippies in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
oh, she was like the same actress or person.
No, Lena, she played one of the hippies.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was see. I was unaware of the actual historical elements to this again
Oh, yeah. So
until after. But then, yeah,
so
it kind of fell in place.
it's kind of like inspired by true events, but with like a fantastical ending that didn't happen the entire time. I was like, oh god, this ending is gonna be brutal because these people are gonna, spoiler alert, gonna go in there and viciously murder this woman. But like that didn't happen, thankfully. And I think the interviews that I'd seen, like the family of the woman were like totally okay with that depiction. Like pretty happy with. Yeah, if you're gonna make a movie kind of like that, yeah,
I like
especially
how
with
he departs from history. I love when Quentin has does that.
so when Quentin Tarantino's fucking gory movie making style, right? And then you're like, shit, he's making a movie about this. God, this is gonna be awful. And then,
In a
yeah,
way, it kind of was because
but
that end scene is spectacular. We'll get there, but
yeah, no, like in a way I wasn't expecting, but yeah, same.
insane. Uh, his set design too is incredible because I was looking at behind the scenes stuff after watching it, and man, the way he had to he was always just moving something, all the cars on the streets to his liking. It's just crazy how much control he really
He
puts on anything he does.
like not a literal Nazi, obviously, but he's kind of like a very authoritarian on his set. And Jamie Foxx did an interview with Howard Stern, and it's like, what's he like on set? And I thought it was pretty funny. Jamie talks about how he tried to play Django as this cool guy, and Quentin pulls him in a room. He's like, I knew I was gonna fucking have this problem with you. It's like, look, he's a fucking slave, all right? Don't make him cool. He's not suave. He's a fucking slave, and that's kind of refreshing to a lot of actors, especially those A-listers who like are used to walking over people and having projects greenlit. Like, no, he knows what he wants, and Tarantino even said it to Stern. He's like, I'm paying you how much? Say the fucking line. Say the line the way I wrote it. He's like, I'm open to interpretation, like if it makes sense in the script, but for the most part, shut up and say the line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that he has a vision and he knows how
Yeah.
to execute
Yeah.
perfectly. but it's also just so funny to see all of his interviews, around the movie about him just being a like kind of a dick, but also I didn't know that part that some of the actors find it refreshing, so that's good
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
regard. But man, can he really get really hyped up about that?
Um, what did you think about the portrayal of Bruce Lee?
I liked it. I don't think it was disrespectful in any way because I thought they were about to have this random guy kind of beat him,
Yeah,
but in a way they just showed how good this random, Brad Pitt was. Uh, I liked it, but I really think I don't know. I kind of wanted to see more of it, but I knew there was no place in it as they were going on.
it.
I want to say for this movie, it wasn't the most intriguing out of all of his movies to see random, where everything collides at the end. You know what I mean? Like it felt the longest journey. I still enjoyed it, but then I went from that to Django Unchained, and that was just a completely different ride.
I yeah, I felt like the where he put it, it had its place. I love the actor that played Bruce Lee. I also love like them building up the mythos of Brad Pitt of killing his wife and like that little pause Bruce Lee had is like what he killed his wife and he got away with it. Shit. But I think in reality Bruce Lee would have probably turned that guy into a cripple.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so I can see Bruce Lee's family being like, "What? What? Huh?
Like I have some thoughts. That's weird.
Yeah, yeah. Like you don't want to tarnish a legacy, so I get it. But I thought it was pretty respectful. Um, I also thought like the movie on the whole was fucking funny,
Yeah,
absolutely funny.
it was way more humorous than I thought going in.
There, wa-
Because, but then again, I don't know. I laughed a lot at Django Unchained too. Well, not at the. Well, I don't know. They had a lot of just good. I guess character moments really make me laugh. So the dynamic between the characters is some moments where they could just kind of say, "Yeah, whatever." Will really win me over in a certain way. I don't know.
there was a the portion of the film like Brad Pitt's character was great. Both Brad and Leo's character were great, and like the meta of a scene within a scene. The scene that Leonardo DiCaprio did with the little girl and with Luke Perry, rest in peace, was. I was like, I want to see this movie. Like, you should make whatever this movie is. You should make it because I want to fucking see it.
It was yeah.
Like we
They
talk about the
really
ransom, yeah,
it felt like a movie within the movie perfectly. I only wish they had like some sort of like filter though at those parts that made it feel like more of a movie of its time. Because that was the
yeah.
way I got confused at a second about, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get the perspective now.
They did that with Mike Madsen, his segment where he in the black and white. That was another one. I was like, I would watch this. Whatever this episodic is, he was like, he went and he claimed a bounty for the sheriff's on the sheriff's son, and he's gonna try to cash out in the in the town that the kid is named after. Like that whole slow walk conversation was great.
I would see Leo superimposed into the movie. Remember, like they were showing his highlight reel near the end.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would see him in that movie that he wasn't in at all.
Man, so many like it right there. Those two segments of that kind of give me a good like such a really good impression of like what kind of a writer director Quentin is because like even those tiny vignettes, right? Like there's really like not even like they could have been left on the editing floor by some like dipshit. But like you got people out here making shorts. You got people out here running around the Bay Area trying to make films that like don't have that much stakes in it over the course of an hour and a half, as like that scene did for those two scenes had for 5 minutes.
It also seems like he's poking fun at himself too when he like tries to recreate some of those movie scenes like at his own work. Like I could have made this as well, or I could have, but not
Yeah,
bad. More like just an homage to himself.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Man, I hats off to him. I know he's got his controversy, but I enjoyed it. Um,
That's another thing. Does the violence ever? Well, I mean, for us, I feel like we're pretty cool with it, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of the complaints is the violence. Sometimes, do you think he ever crossed a line in and Once Upon a Time at the end, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No, I was like, how is he gonna play this? Like, but the character goes full on fucking assault on a female, but like self defense. So I was like, okay, I guess it makes sense. Um, yeah, I'm like less again. I'm like less turned off by that stuff than most people. Um, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm there. You
It's
you
kind of
came
about
to
the
see
portrayal.
this. Yeah, like you don't like this is this is what
Yeah,
I expected to see much sooner in a Tarantino movie, right? And I'm surprised I hadn't seen it sooner than this.
it took longer. It took too long to get to classic Quentin Tarantino violence for a second because I was like, oh, is this a? But
He beat
well,
the shit out of the
yeah.
hubcap kid that put a fucking
Oh
that was
yeah.
such a
Oh
great
yeah.
scene. He was like, "Fix it."
Fix it. It was really he was so badass the entire time. Seeing anything he was doing was great.
um the other part of that too was the girl he picks up, the hitchhiker, and
Yeah.
she offers him a blowjob in the car, and he's like, "You got ID?" And I'm like, he is in the 2% of guys who would ask for ID. One, not saying that he wasn't right. He was absolutely right to do that.
No, but yeah,
But you
but
know what I'm saying.
to have that foresight and not be stupid immediately, you
And
know?
yeah, and his
Yeah.
rationale for it too, like totally made sense. But that's kind of like one of those tiny little things that I feel like helped build that character up. Like this is it's a person with amazing willpower, and the fact, additionally, that like he was able to stave off coming right out and insulting Bruce Lee. Um, in addition to like, oh, I don't know, it's
It
he
shows
knows
he's
how to
got a
make
lot of
characters.
yeah. And having Brad Pitt be in that role where he has all this control of pretty much anything in his life, because even him and his dog alone in those scenes of just him and his dog, I love those too.
Yeah,
So the fact when he comes back and he's like, and it just
yeah.
bites his arm off right then, it's great. It made me smile, and then I was like, oh god.
I love that he was high too.
Yeah, I don't think that can be inhaled that way, but I'm still glad that he was definitely incredibly high during that scene.
Dude. Um, the other thing I liked about the movie was like Leo's character's like career sort of things. I like when we get insights to like, I wonder what negotiations are like for full features, or like I wonder like that kind of stuff.
It seemed like a
Um,
love letter to Hollywood for
a little
sure.
bit, a little
And
bit.
I really do appreciate those insights too.
Yeah. Like you, because you know, like there's probably some truth in there.
Yeah, because Quentin has always seems like he's been very honest with his opinions, or at least about how scenarios play out.
Yeah.
It's never so simple. It's always a convoluted series. I can only imagine that happening in his own life. And he's just very honest in his film enough to put it there, and show us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think Quentin is one of those people who've had to like slog through Hollywood. I think he's like his first two films kind of put him on the map, and then after that, everyone's like, when he has a project, be a part of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually, I did hear about him. How many movies is he about to do?
I think
Because
this
I
was
could.
his ninth. His next one would be his 10th. I don't know that off the top of my head, so I could be wrong. Don't yell at me in
Okay.
the comments.
Because I'm really loving. Now we should keep on Django, but we'll talk about this more later. That he's announced to direct another movie, a franchise actually, and I don't know if that. I feel like that's gonna fall through.
What?
Yeah, you
There's, I
know,
mean, there's money in Netflix. Everyone, like all the A-listers have settled to Netflix, so like it. I mean, it makes sense.
even him because he had like Hateful Eight, and then he had Hateful Eight Extended Edition.
Hateful Eight was amazing.
I love that one.
Inglorious Bastards was amazing. So before we hop off that,
Yeah.
the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood bus, I just want to say that like after Leo does the scene, and he goes back to his trailer, and he's just ripping himself apart in his own head. I loved that. I
I was dying.
absolutely loved that because I was like, no, yeah, I guess like I don't want to compare myself in any way to anything that this man can do on screen, but like, this is the conversation I have with myself every day.
And he's just screaming through, "You're so stupid."
What was that? What the fuck was that?
I
Yeah.
still got actually a lot more to say, but I wanted to preface that for later. Where do you think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood lines up um,
Ooh.
in his filmography?
I l-
Amongst his top tier movies, top three maybe.
I think it's up there. Um, I wasn't. I mean, I appreciate Pulp Fiction. I really, really do.
I
But
still got
like,
to see Reservoir Dogs, but that's the only thing.
wow.
What? So many others.
90s movies don't age really well. Reservoir Dogs works because like there isn't very much to tell you what time it was in outside of like the robbery itself. So like for the most part, Reservoir Dogs, and that's the other thing too, man. This guy, like when you look at that movie, like his early movies, like they're not, like you get an idea of like a director shutting down a street to have like all these things and like all these crazy logistics, but like Reservoir Dogs was like in a room, like four people in a room, mostly. Like, yeah,
And just made it work.
it crushed, made it work. It was like, yeah, it's great.
I gotta see that. Yeah, I try looking on streaming services. I'll get there.
Um,
But yeah, where would you put it in his filmography?
my
In your,
tastes are different, man, because like I gotta pull up his entire filmography, but like I don't have that much of like I don't really like people the classics that people have in their mind. I don't really like have it like that. Are we talking about like
say just your personal favorites, honestly. But are you saying like,
writers or producers for? Like what are we talking about? Just directing?
oh,
Because
no, I'm just saying like best movie experience
with him
out
in it.
of.
Great. Because I'm gonna put From Dusk Till Dawn right at the top up there somewhere.
Wait, what?
From Dusk Till Dawn, the best vampire movie ever made.
Okay, yes, I'll watch that, but also not the entire filmography of him, even in appearances. I
Okay.
mean, like, movies he's directed. Yes.
Okay, movies he's directed. Fine. I'm gonna say Kill Bill is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that like I really liked Hateful Eight and Django
Hmm.
and Inglorious. This is a hard list, right? There are a few that are like lower tier. Like I'm gonna Jackie
I
Brown
think
was okay. Like I wasn't like crazy about like most people, but like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is definitely like top five. Where it stacks in the top three, I don't know.
yeah,
Um, I'd say Pulp Fiction is fighting for honorable mention in the top five because like Inglorious Bastards is amazing, and so is Hateful Eight. Death Proof was all
I
right.
got, I got to see that one.
Did you see the Grindhouse, the Death Proof Grindhouse back to back?
I have not. I don't think so.
Ooh, those are pretty good. Rose McGowan's in that one. She's in Grindhouse.
Huh?
And so is Bruce Willis.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. He
Okay.
plays like a villain-ish person in it.
Huh. Oh, I got to see him as a villain.
Yeah. Where would you stack it?
I'm saying I really the my favorite for a long time has been Inglorious Bastards. From that, I don't know if it's just because it's too fresh. I'd like to think I'm actually comparing Django Unchained to other movies I've seen. I'd say Inglorious Bastards is still above, and then Django Unchained because that was such a fun experience from beginning to end.
Samuel L. Jackson should have got a fucking Oscar.
He
That was,
reminded me of the character from Boondocks, like, but
oh no, dude,
show.
he is the stereotypical like house nigga Uncle Tom. Like he fucking nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
It was so tense every time he was like giving someone shit for just trying to like doing his job, but it was also like you kind of been in this time period brainwashed into doing your job perfectly.
Yeah. Oh man. The Inglorious Bastards is one of my favorite scenes, and it's with Hugo Stieglitz. And it's a small scene because the Skarsgård dude walks up to him. I think it's Skarsgård, right? The the guy who fucks up the finger thing. Three
I
beers
believe
versus
so.
three beers.
I believe so.
He plays Magneto. Whoever the dude who plays Magneto, what's that guy's name? That's
Oh,
not
oh,
Skarsgård.
no, that's Michael. Ian. No,
Fuck. This is bad.
Ian McKellen.
No, what?
Wait,
The
Magneto.
young Magneto, dude. What are you talking about? Ian
Mm.
McClellan in Inglorious Bastards. I would watch that.
As Magneto.
So I mean, if you're in the MCU, right? Not MCU, but like the X-Men, like he was at one of those uh internment camps, right? Remember that
Yeah.
scene where he like pulls? So Ian McClellan
Yeah.
was somewhere in Inglorious Bastards.
Okay, so we can
Time-wise,
make this
you can
work.
make it work.
Quentin can make this work.
That guy. So the scene is basically Hugo Stiglitz is like in a room by himself before the meeting, and he's just sharpening his knife very deliberately, very methodically. And the lieutenant, that guy, Magneto, young Magneto, comes up to him and he's like, "Hey, man, uh, you look like you're pretty good with that, but like when the time comes, I want you to, I want to know that like you're gonna remain calm." And then Hugo just stops sharpening his blade. He's like, "Don't I look calm to you?" And it's just like, yeah, when you put it like that, yeah, you're pretty fucking calm.
Was that the scene? Did it follow everybody shooting
Yeah,
everybody
it
like
was
under the
preceded
table?
it. It preceded
Or yeah,
that by like
yeah.
a few scenes. Yeah.
Okay, that scene, yeah, that's amazing. That one kind of made me laugh just at how ridiculous it got, like under the table. My favorite scene from that movie, though, because of just how intense it was just the opening, though, with Christoph Waltz. Also, it's Michael Fassbender.
That's a bingo. It's Michael Fassbender. It is Michael Fassbender. He was also in This Is in 300. I don't know
Yeah,
why I fucking called him Skarsgård. He kind of looks like him, but yeah. Um, I like how Tarantino though uses some of the same actors in like the same stereotypical roles. Like Madsen, he uses as like that cowboy, rough edge person. But specifically, there's one guy. Once upon a time, not once upon. From Dusk Till Dawn has one of the opening scenes. This like old school cowboy guy, sheriff, um, who I won't spoil it for you. You should fucking watch that movie. It's amazing.
I gotta watch that. I think I know of it.
And he brought that guy back for Grindhouse, and then he also brought that guy back for I think it was Kill Bill.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like he always uses this guy to play a fucking sheriff. He's an amazing actor. I just don't remember his name. I got it right in front of me. Let me fucking.
we have the internet.
No shit. Once Upon a Time in Mexico actor. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Then no, not Once Upon a Time in Mexico. From
I
Dusk
still
Till
need to
Dawn.
watch. Yeah, I haven't finished everything on that list, but I gotta watch Fear and.
Michael Parks,
Oh,
Texas Ranger Earl McGraw. So he was on Planet Terror with Rose McGowan, and he was also in Red State and From Dusk Till Dawn. And then he was also in The Django Chained. He was with Quentin because Quentin was in there playing an Australian guy. He
That's
was
one of the dudes.
He was one of the dudes in there.
Transferring him, yeah.
Yeah, I like that he does that.
That's another thing in that movie that definitely caught me by surprise. Jamie Foxx's taint, and I wasn't sure if it was the real Jamie Foxx or a taint double or some sort.
Yeah, that's a good. Like, do you ask him about that if you do an interview? So, Jamie, was that your cock on screen, or what was the deal there?
Yep.
I have a friend in the Bay. Shout out Liz Claire. She was in what was that Scientology movie with Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Battlefield Earth.
She was in that.
Philip
Seymour
wait,
Hoffman,
the Master.
The Master. He danced with her while she was like naked on screen. And I was like, hey, shout out, like kudos to you. That's awesome. But like, they gave her like this prosthetic bush, and I was like, so what was going on there? Like, and she was like, and then she basically told me like, yeah, what the official movie term for it is called, but it's like paste on.
It's called a paste on, or
no,
it's prosthetic bush.
It's got some term.
All right,
know.
well, I'm gonna refer to it as prosthetic bush.
What a weird thing to have put on you during like wardrobe, right?
Yeah.
Because
Let me
it's
make
like
this
this.
perfect.
Anyway, what are you
Well,
watching?
also,
Oh
uh,
no, not. I'm sorry. I'm
oh no,
skipping
no,
to the
I
end.
wanted
Go
to.
right ahead.
No, a quick thing. I commend that person for that scene because I remember that scene and it's a great scene. And I guess not only for that reason, but this is sounding weird now. I guess I regret doing this. She's a great actor.
Yeah, no, I've been in a short project with her. She's amazing. She's an amazing person. The thing that the question mark that I had that you normally when someone on like someone on screen is nude is like, what would it take for me to do that in a role, right? Like, would I get naked for a short film in the Bay Area? Go fuck yourself. Probably not. If Martin Scorsese was like, Warren, we need you cock in the wind running like a madman through the streets of San Francisco for this scene, I'm like, you got it, Martin. Let's do this. Like that
Like,
kind
how
of
crazy do you want me?
yeah. Do you want me to stop and like shake my hips? Like, what do you want? What like yeah, tell me what you want.
Should I really flail? Should I really?
Yeah, so like that's like yeah, that's
I think
there's
that's
no
the
regret depending on like the stature of the movie, right? Like
no. I think also if you're proud of the work
yeah.
and that it's a really good movie and that's a really good scene. And so I think yeah, that's something really to be proud of and whether you're doing it for Martin Scorsese or some college student film just because you have the courage to do it, whatever makes you happy.
Dude, the art academy kids in San Francisco, they'll some of them have the balls to ask you to get naked in their film for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I won't lie. I've been on SFX before, and then I've seen descriptions that are just like, "Are you serious? This is free."
Like this isn't even paying. Yeah, you're not even paying me. Like what the fuck do I get out of this? Anyway, what are you
Uh,
watching this week? What's on your agenda?
uh, what am I watching? I
Yeah.
want to watch Taxi Driver, maybe Extraction. Uh, only because I heard more of the hype around the action scenes of Extraction, but maybe that was right before those articles came in because that's unfortunate. But I'm thinking Taxi Driver, just because I have never seen that and I heard it's good. Why? It's
That
literally in
is
my
a
queue.
that's
I
a
could show
classic.
you right now.
Did I put that to you? Did I add that to my list?
I don't think that was yours. No, I'm just going off of what's like on Netflix at the time, so I don't
Okay.
have to pay for these movies. Minority Report is another option on the table for me. Which do you think?
Minority Report is cool. Not a fan of the film. I think the writer is it based off of Philip K. Dick novel?
Uh,
Minority
it does not
Report
say. It
book.
says a top pre-crime.
Yeah, it's a Philip K. Dick book. So he writes like
Ew.
futuristic, like Scanner Darkly kind of stuff. Yeah, he's an amazing author, and basically, do androids dream of electric sheep? That is essentially iRobot. I think that's basically what iRobot got turned into,
Oh
like
wow!
sentience. Yeah, The Man in High Castle was one of his books.
I still gotta watch that, but that's cool. Have you seen
Um,
that?
no,
Ah,
my friend put me on to something on Netflix called Babylon Berlin, which
hmm.
is like pre World War II, but post World War One, post Depression. And he's like, dude, this is he's off the deep end in terms of like panicked future. Uh, we are, I. You ask me, humanity is fucking doomed.
I
Uh,
think yeah, I concur.
but to him, it's like to me, I'm like at some point, like we're fucked. But to him, he's like next week we're all screwed. So
It's
he's watching
Monday.
this. Yeah, Monday. That's it. So
You'll
he's
see.
watching this and he's telling me I should watch it. So I think I'm gonna give that a shot on Netflix. Beyond Babylon Berlin. It's in German, so there's subtitles. Oh God,
If you can take it, if you
subtitles.
can handle it,
Yeah, I prefer subtitles than dubs. But
I'll
yeah,
definitely
man,
try and get to Parasite too. That's something we should definitely talk about at
you
some
need to
point.
watch that. That's one of those two that I'm just kind of like. It was lauded. Did it deserve that many? Well, I guess I'm not a like on the academy, but like it was pretty good. Um, yeah, it's definitely a sucker punch of a film for sure.
Oh, by the way, we definitely have to review Sucker Punch at some point.
I love
I
that
w-
film. I
I
don't think
saw it
he
a
does.
I saw it too long time ago. I think I'm gonna give it another taste. I'm
All
gonna have
right,
another sip whole way through.
I love that movie. That movie is fucking amazing. Anyway, I'm Warren. This is Aaron, and I think we're going to call it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, wherever you're finding us. Leave a comment. Let us know how we're fucking up and what we should be tuned into.
Ask us, ask us about the Quentin Tarantino thing. Will we talk about it this week or next week? I kind of want to see them squirm.
Thanks, guys.